Hello everybody, welcome to Feature Friday. We'll get started here in about 2 more minutes. Hope everyone has had a wonderful week. Excuse me, a little sinus thing going on. It's that time of the year, blah, blah, blah. Woohoo! So this is going to be episode 3 of our Seaside Wool applique wall hanging. This is what we're working on tonight right here. And that's what the actual finished project will look like. The only difference between the picture on this and the one, this was a kit. It's all wool. And boy howdy, I've remembered why I love wool so much. It's so nice to work with. But mine is not going to have the light background sky. It's going to have more of a nighttime sky to it. It's a dark blue. So, but it'll still be pretty. Okay. Hoo-wee. If you have any questions, I'll be watching the chat window. So feel free to chat while we're doing all this. We're going to start off tonight. Hey, it is 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, everybody. Excuse me. And we are going to get started. So what I'm going to start with, I'm going to trace out some more of my pattern pieces, more of my applique pieces. And this is the instruction sheet that comes with it. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa, I'm so glad you're on here. Yeah, so let's see. We've stitched down everything on step 1, okay? And the next thing we're going to do is step 2. We got part of step 2 done also. And I'm going to begin by tracing out all the shapes for step 3. Might trace out quite a bit of it. But that's what we're going to get started doing. Hi, Christina. Have a lot of drainage, everybody. My voice is really raspy. It's just so you know, I'm feeling great, but it's just a lot of drainage, sinus drainage. Yes, Puffy, come here. Puffy's wanting to get on camera for just a minute. Okay. He wants to say hello to everybody. He just got up from his nap. Yes, I love you too. Yes. He just got up from his nap and we're going to get started. I know. Hi, Janelle. There you go, Bub. There you go. It's okay. You're good. Okay. And we're going to get started. Okay. Hoo-hoo. Let's see. Let me swap to my other camera. This is my light box over here. And I did some of this in episode 1, but I'm going to get heavy into this tonight. And this is a Daylight Wafer 2 light box. It's 13 by 17 inches. It's all backlit. My studio lights in here are bright. But if I killed some of this lighting... Just a minute there. Now you can see, I'll turn it off. Oops. You can see that difference there. But that is what you use to trace with. You need some type of a light box, or you can even tape it up to, if you don't have one, you could tape the pattern up to a window and puff on that. And puff. And trace on that. I got Puffin in my mind. I saw Vanessa said, hi, Puffin baby, and Puffin came out. Okay, so this is what I'm using is soft fuse, and it's a paperback double-sided fusible, and it's really it'd be like the weight of Misty Fuse or Steam-A-Seam Light. It's very lightweight, fusible, which means it doesn't add any stiffness to your fabric. So that's a wonderful thing. So there's that. I'm going to turn some of my lights back on so I can see. Okay. Okay, so according to my instructions, 2 large pine trees and 3 dolphins is what I need to trace next. Okay. Well, there's the pine trees. A pine tree. Let's see here. And there are the dolphins. Okay, so I need 2 pine trees and 3 dolphins I need to trace. Okey-dokey. And then since I'm adding a fusible, I really need to flip the pattern. Hi Mark, hi Coralie. I'm going to flip the patterns. If you're going to use this method to cut out fusible for appliques, like I'm doing tonight, what you need to do though, since this is directional, and this is going to be ironed on the back of the fabric, if you cut it out like this and iron it, it'll be reversed from what you see here. So to get past that, we need to put our pattern right side down, okay? And then we'll trace on top of it. I had to retrace one of my pattern pieces because I did not do that. So yes, it is a thing, and this is something you want to do. Okay. Kill one of these lights and see if I can see that better. Here we go, that's better. Now I'm just going to trace all this out. I'm doing my pine trees first. And what that looks like, let me find a cover photo. Here it is. What I'm doing, over here on the edge here, there is the pine tree right there. There's one on each side of it. And there's one over here and there. That's what we're tracing out next. Okay. And I'm just using a number 2 lead pencil, mechanical pencil to trace with. I thought I could use a friction pen, but on this paper backing, it does not bode well. Plus, if you used a friction pen and then pressed it, your lines would disappear and you wouldn't know where to cut it. So I find a number 2 lead pencil to work perfectly for this process. And what I get, I just get the inexpensive package of disposable mechanical pencils because they'll last a very long time. Okay, here's one pine tree. We'll do another one. And so I have the paper side up. The rough side is where the actual adhesive is. So you just want to make sure the paper side is up when you do this. I know that kind of sounds basic, but hey, ask me how I know, because I've done it. So I try to make a very big effort to realize the positioning of this fusible when I'm going to trace a pattern onto it. And it really doesn't take long to do this as far as the tracing part. It's kind of fun to do, actually. At least I think it is. Okay, there's my 2 pine trees traced out. Okay. Next, I was just reading comments, everybody. Make sure there's nothing there I needed to answer right away. We had a great week, Coralie. The weather has turned. Yesterday it was 50 degrees here, which I was very happy to see. Today it was about 38, but hey, much better than what it was over a week ago. And then I need 3 of the dolphins. So there's my little dolphin template, and I'm gonna do them upside down. So I put the pattern, the actual printed pattern, face down. The reason I'm doing that, because if I did not trace this upside down, my dolphin's nose would be pointing this other way. I guess it really wouldn't matter, but I'm just doing it according to the instructions. I want it to look like a picture as much as possible. Okay. One. Let's get another one. There we go. I've been busy cutting kits out this week for my upcoming travel classes. And one more, that's 2, 3. Okay. There are my 3 dolphins traced out. There we go. Woohoo. Okay, what else do we need for that step? Let's see here. I'm also going to trace out step 4. First time we stepped out, we traced out step 1 and step 2. That was 3. And I'm going to trace out number 4. And then we're going to go to the machine and start doing some applique. Okay, so let's see here. What do I need here? I need the the large sailboats. One large sailboat. Okay. So this is what we're going to cut out. We're going to do the reverse on it again. Right there, the large sailboat. Oops, right up here. Already done the small. We'll be doing the small sailboats a little later. We're going to applique them down. Okay. The large sailboat. Trace, trace, trace. Yeah, really getting into the wool, everybody. I mean, it really makes for a soft, sumptuous, luxurious filling product. Okay, so that was the large sailboat. Then, small sail, large sail, those two sails right there. Large sailboat right sail and the large sailboat left sail. Okay, let's get those traced out. I'm rotating this a lot just to get the best use out of my stabilizer. I have a lot of this, but I don't want to waste any stabilizer. Cut down, at least keep it to a minimum anyway. And large sail. Okay. And then there should be the sailboat flag, the large sailboat flag. That would be one of those. Let's see, right up here would be a good spot for that. Oh boy, I did not turn that upside down. So we'll just do that one. That one piece is the only one. Let's see here. So, here. It'll be okay. There we go. Now that's correct. Okay. So, let me check my instructions. Okay, right here's where we're at. And a sandy path. Wait a minute here. And sandy path and a rowboat. Excuse me. Sandy path and a rowboat. And let's see here. Rowboat. Which one? 2 pieces to the rowboat. Okay. So what I gotta do, these are the 2 pieces to the rowboat, which is up on, it's on the edge of the water, or it's on the beach. and a sandy path right here. This piece right here, my thumb's at, that is the lighthouse sandy pathway. Those are the next two I need to get traced. These ones I'm tracing here now is what we'll stitch down on the next episode. Okay, rowboat first. Perfect size, right there. Yes, Puffy was upstairs having his nap. He came downstairs to see what I was doing. You all saw him. Now he's over here in his bed snoring again. He had to come and check on me. Okay. Next is a sandy path. Let's see here. That'll work right there. Yes, it will. Okay, now then, I believe that is, once we complete that, we'll have the first 4 steps of the applique finished. The next steps will actually be creating the buildings, the church and the lighthouse and the cottage over here. So there's my little picture at. So what we've got cut out in there right now, or traced out, is pretty much everything except for the buildings. And there's a lot of pieces to this with all the windows and the doors and everything. The lighthouse, and then the lighthouse keeper's cottage over here. So yeah, we're moving right along with it. Doing great. And we've got those all traced out. So next, we're going to have to go over to the sewing machine. Turn that off. We're going to go over to the sewing machine. Let me move I'm going to move one of my monitors before I move this. Hello there. Let's see here. Let's twist this monitor and camera around. There we go. And let me swap to that camera that I just moved. There we go. Okay. And I will move my handheld, my smaller camera. Okay. And then I can, once I get that set down, I can come around, oops, to the other side, hopefully without spilling my coffee. Move my light back around. There we go. Let me come over here. Okay. Let me adjust this a little bit better. Can come down some. Alrighty. Woo! Okay. And let me get my mouse. I need my computer mouse to be able to swap stuff. Let me grab my mouse and keyboard just to be safe. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! Alrighty. Get some of these moved. Now we're going to be right here for a while, so I'm going to kick my shoes off and get comfy. Alrighty. So, the next thing I need to do, I have one of the pieces already trimmed right here. And there we go. Oh, Coralie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Coralie. I know it's hard to lose a parrot. I remember when I lost both of mine, it was not an easy time to get through. Thoughts and prayers are out to you, okay? Let's see, what is today's date? Today is February the 2nd. In 2 days will be the anniversary of my father's death. He passed away in 1999. God, that's been... Holy Toledo, that's been 23 years. Oh my God, it seems like yesterday. But I can tell you, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever go through is when you lose your parents and they go on to hopefully a better place. Okay, so let's get organized here. But thoughts and prayers out to you, Coralie. Hang in there. Okay, so next I have some pieces to cut out. Now I'm going to swap my camera over. Okay, let's swap to this other camera. There we go. And I'm going to move it back some. There we go. Okay. So these are the small sailboats, the bodies. There's going to be 2 of those on here. I'm going to start trimming before I ever start stitching. Okay. Now those are tiny pieces. I'll use smaller scissors for that. Let's see how these do. You know, those might be too small. Those might be too small. Yeah, I think they're okay. Just trying to keep it up here on camera. Hey, you might wonder, that little scrap right there of wool, I will not throw that away, everybody. Because eventually you'll be able to, if you're going to do a lot of wool, don't throw little scraps away, especially with applique. You'll be able to find a use for it. Okay. And that, I'm going to use my other ones on that. Okay. This would have been very difficult with these small pieces to applique if they weren't fused down. I thought of using a glue stick, but no. And especially with this wool, because it has a bit of a give to it, definitely want to use. There's one small sailboat. I'll put that up on the bed of the machine so I don't lose it. Scrap. Come here. Here we go. Another scrap. One great thing about doing this wool applique, as far as being able to get a selection of colors without having to buy yardage, you can buy pre-cuts. And as you can see, even a 5 by 5 inch square, you get quite a few pieces out of it when they're like that. Okay, I have that left over, but I'll be reusing that. So I'm going to put this right over here so I know where it's at. These are the cells for the two small sailboats. Large cell and a small cell for the small sailboats. That's that color of that wool right there. It's kind of an ivory color. It's really pretty. I will probably change my thread color for this. I don't know yet, but probably. I'm just going to take my time and cut these out, because when you're cutting these out, you get one shot at it. If you make a miscut, you either have to, if you have enough of the fabric, cut a new one, or you make the one you cut with an error in it, you make it work. Here's one of those. Sometimes you just got to make it work, everybody. And that's part of the fun. Kind of like putting a puzzle together sometimes, I think. Okay, there's those two cut out. Now two more. As you can see, I'm cutting right on my pencil lines. Cut right on those pencil lines. It's all good. There we go. Okay. And now I got one more. This piece of wool here did not come with my kit. I had this. This was a pre-cut in a pre-cut bundle. So and these are the little sailboat flags that go at the top of the cells. So I'm going to cut two of these out. They are tiny little pieces. Oh my goodness. Holy Toledo. I mean, they're tiny, tiny, everybody. I mean, I'm going to put this on my thumbnail. That'll give you like a clue as the size of that little piece. Once it's fused down, it'll be fine. And yes, another tiny little piece. Look at that. Now, that'd be easy to lose, wouldn't it? But we're not going to do that. Okay. Another cool thing I like about working with wool, if you just lay it down in a clump like that, check it out, it's not going to wrinkle. I mean, you'd have to press it down really hard to put a crease in it like that. But this is just buttery soft. Buttery soft. I mean, this is so soft. I'm thinking about making me a wool hat out of some of this. Oh, Coralie. I know I lost my mother before my father also. She passed away when I was 26. That was back in 1989. But yeah, my heart's with you, Coralie. Okay, so there are those pieces. When we go over to the ironing board, we'll be fusing all of these down. So I'm going to stack these up. And let's see where we're at here. Let's see what we have to do next. I'm going to set these over here closer to the ironing board so they don't get dragged off into the floor. There we go. Okay. Now then. Okay. So we're still working on step 2 right here. Okay, right above my thumb. We have to do the grassy knolls. That's what I had to recut. And there's the sandy beach. This is the water. I have to stitch down this top edge here of this, the water yet. These are the clouds. Those are all done. So I'm going to pull out some more applique thread. Okay. So I'm trying to keep it all the same weight. I've got a lot of this really yummy sulky. This is a 12 weight sulky. It is a yes, so I'll be able to use this. I mean, it'll really go well with this redder colored wool. If you see that. I'm going to add that color to it. I don't think I'll use much of this, but I do have black as well. And then I've got this off-white, so I'm going to be using some of this as well. It looks really white on camera, but it's more of an ivory colored. It's not a full bright white as far as that goes. Okay. Let's see what else I have. Let me look in my thread basket here. If anything catches my eye. No. Then I have I have a lot of thread, everybody. I have some more. Got this out. This has a lot of would be good applique thread. It's just there's a bunch of different brands in here and all that fun stuff, and different types. So that's a variegated. It's a signature cotton quilting thread. Blendable. Here's some King Tut. You could use that for applique as well. I like that. Purple. just going to set some of these out. Don't know that I'll use them. I'm going to set them out of my thread box here. Definitely not that. Okay. Okay. That should get us started. That should get us through tonight anyway. I just like to have different choices when it comes to using threads and all that fun stuff. All right. Set these right over here out of my way. Okay. So, first thing I got to do, I'm going to applique down the top edge of my water line. There'll be something covering. I'm not going to stitch this part down because there'll be something on top of that. So that will be covered up with another piece of fabric, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to do my two top edges next. And let me think, what color do I want to use? I think I'm going to use... I'm tempted just to use the same color, but I think it would look better if it had a little bit of other color into it, I think. Decisions. There's a possibility right there. That does have a little bit of yellow in that variegated. I'm not sure that I would really like that. I got more thread. Hold on. I have more thread. That's close. Let's see. Bingo. I found the one I'm going to use. Okay. I was doing private tutoring here in the classroom yesterday, and I had to move stuff around, but yeah, so what I found is this sulky 12 weight right here. That would be perfect for the top edge of that fabric. It's got some of the same color in it. It is variegated, but it's all in blues and seafoam green. So this is what I'm going to use right there. So I'm just going to rethread my upper thread. Set you to the side. Take this. Let's see if I can get this in a little better view so you can, yeah, if you see my big mess back there, that's okay. This is my workroom. My workroom / classroom. It's all good. Okay. Alrighty, that's all set. I need to pick up my applique stitch. Lord, which one? I'll use this one, I think. And 4. There we go. And I did 3 and 4. Just setting my stitch length and the width of this applique stitch. Okay, that's all set. We are ready to stitch. And it will go in this way. Oops, is that right? Yeah, I want to do this first and then I'm going to do the group. Okay. I have to keep this room a little more tidy because when somebody comes into the shop, this is the second room that they see. So, because all the fabric is just right over there. There's the walls of fabric right over there. Okay. Now then, get that a little bit closer. Here we go. And once again, I am using my Bernina 475 Quilters edition, the Kaffe edition. And I'm using foot number 23, which is the applique foot, and stitch number 1309, which is the blanket stitch for applique under the quilting stitches menu. That was a mouthful. There we go. Yes, that looks good. I like that color on there. Make sure here. Now this piece here was not fused down. Instructions did not call for it, and that's okay. This thread really looks nice on that fabric. Oh boy. Can't wait to show you this one. Just smooth it out some. There we go. I will say I do like it fused down better than it not fused down on this wool. I'm just raising my presser foot to ease out any fullness. Didn't have to do that with the parts that are fused down. It lays nice and flat. So what I'm saying is, yeah, you definitely want to fuse your wool down when you do applique. It makes a huge difference. And I really should have had this done before I put this green piece on right here. But that's okay. Okay. Once that's pressed, that'll lay nice and flat, but check that out. Right there at the end of my thumb, there it is. It looks really nice. I like it. Then I have the next piece right over here to do. There's two pieces of this. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, we're ready to go. Vanessa, I'm using the blanket stitch. It's an applique stitch. It is pretty much built in onto every machine. Hi, Janet. Hi. Yes, Mark, I know. I already had these tables here. I have two of these. And they're origami. I bought them off of Home Shopping Network. They're origami tables. And they're 2 by 4 foot. They make a great sewing table. They're very sturdy. Even the legs, and I'm really going to show you my mess now, but even the metal legs are all the color of the machine. So when I saw this machine, I knew I had to have it because I already had the perfect table already for it. Yes. If you've never had an origami table, they also make bookshelves. But I have some of those. I actually have for this table here, and they're upstairs in my other room. But I have two bookcases made out of this metal that match them. Oh, welcome, Denise. Glad to see you on here. And yeah, the origami tables are really nice. Got to the end of that. Here we go. Okay. Let's get a look at that one. Oops. That camera out there to focus in, and you will see that. But that is what it is. So my stitch width this way in between my fingers, I set it at 4 millimeters. Stitch length, excuse me, I have set at 4 millimeters. And the stitch width is actually 3 millimeters is what I have this set at. Okay. So I have those two pieces done right here. Let's back this camera out a little bit because next I'm going to have to next I have to do this edge right here, my grassy knoll. I have one on this side and one over here on this other end to do. I gotta stitch those down next. Okay. That's next. So let's see here. I'm going to change my thread color again. Okay. And I am going to change it to I really want green on there. Now I'm going to go back to my rust, simply because that's what I did the center here with already, right here. So that's the same, I'm going to do the same color that I did there. I'm not going to change that up any. Just change out my upper thread real quick. I'm using a 50 weight Orifil gray thread for my bobbin. This is 30 and 12 weight thread is what I'm using for my top. This is a 12 weight thread. Sulky 12 weight. Okay, that's all threaded up. Now then, I'm going to come back up here, move my camera up. Here we go. I'm going to start this one. I'm going to start here, go up to here, and back this way to the edge. That's my plan. Trim that. Okay. There we go. Easy peasy. I'll trim this thread tail because I can see it and it's driving me cuckoo. Not really cuckoo, but little stuff like that bothers me. Here we go. Okay. Now we are set. There's that one. It turned out very, very nice. Right here is what we just did. Okay. This is the water, this blue right here. That's the water. Belinda, I'm using the Bernina 475 Quilters Edition sewing machine with the Kaffe, it's the Kaffe Special Edition one. Right here. Check it out. This is what I'm sewing on tonight, right here. And I have my other origami table that matches this machine is, gosh, I have this table loaded, everybody, but whatever. I have my serger right over here. Okay, my L890 serger is right there. Okay. So, let's see here. We have one more down here to do, the opposite end. And let's see here. This time I'm going to start here. Right there. Just slowly going around this curve. Just got to start and stop and pivot. Make it nice and smooth that way. Okay, now all the pieces I have fused out are now, they're actually appliqued down. Yay! Let me do some thread trimming real quick here. Get rid of some of my excess tails. Okay, here we go. I love this machine. I really do. It was a bit. It took a little bit of getting used to since I've sewn on baby lock, only baby locks for the last 5 years. But I tell you, I do love my Berninas. Okay. Okay, so that's all set. Woohoo! This is the middle of it right here, this big grassy knoll. Let me get a sip of my coffee. I need that. Then we're going to study our diagram, and I'm going to do some more fusing. I'm going to step up for just a second and move this other camera over. Back to this camera. There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm going to go over here and turn my iron on and let it heat up. Okay. I have my iron on the wool setting since I'm doing wool. I know maybe it sounds kind of simple, but it's really important because you can put more heat on cotton fabric than you can wool fabric. You can burn your wool. Okay, so I will take this over to my ironing station with me. So my diagram that I'm working off of right now is this one right up here where my finger's at. Okay, I've got 2 sailboats and dolphins to fuse onto this project and those pine trees. Okay, those are my next steps. Woohoo! All those little pieces I cut out earlier is what I'm getting diffused. Now the pine trees, those won't come out until our next episode, because I have to fuse those down and cut those out yet and all that fun stuff, and play with my wool that I have to see what color I want them to be. I do have other wool here that I had some pre-cut packages of pre-cuts. So I am substituting some of the wool for what came with my kit. Like for instance, the instructions call for a barn red wool for the sailboat flags. There wasn't anything like that in the kit. So this was a piece of rust bark. It's in person, it's red. It looks a little more orangey here, but gosh, this is soft. But this is what I cut for my sailboat. I'm cutting for my sailboat flags. Okay. So we'll take that about 2 minutes to heat. The dolphins are not cut yet. So what we're basically doing tonight, we're doing the sailboats with the sailboat flags and the sandy cliff, the cliff. So what we'll be doing next on camera is this right here. We're not doing the trees tonight or the dolphins. That'll be on the next episode. And it might be tomorrow night, or I might do 2 more episodes this weekend. Because I'm wanting to get this wrapped up. I leave in about 10 days to go out on the road, and I'll be on the road for almost 28 days, everybody. It's going to be a rough one. Hi, Stephanie. I'm glad you found me. Hi, Wanda. Oh, Londa, I am I have had make so many cotton quilts and everything. It's a treat for me to, I dug this out. I have another wool kit that I'll be making on camera too, but it's actually a Sue Spargo wool bag kit that I purchased quite a while back. But you know, I have a new appreciation for wool, and I'm going to be making a lot of projects out of wool. I'm really digging it. Okay, so my iron's hot. I'm gonna go over there and do some fusing, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's set this down here. I'm gonna swap to a different camera. This will be a good time for everybody to get up and just take a quick break. Get up and stretch and all that fun stuff. Let's see here. Here we go. Try to make it look pretty here for on camera. It's not pretty when I minimize my windows though. There we go. Okay. There we go. Be right back. I'm just like 6 feet away from where I was sitting is where that's at. Okay, so there's that. I will have to have that instruction sheet. I just realized after I got over here, because I have to have that to know where to place my next appliques. Let's see here. Okay. Let me borrow this. We'll put this up in its place. There we go. Okay. Come on, paper, peel off of the back of this. Here we go. Okay. Oops. Very nice. We're making progress over here. Heading down this, working on fusing all the small sailboat pieces. Okay. Next would be the cells on the sailboat. But actually, I'm going to put those on after I'm going to do some more applique, and then I'll come back and fuse the cells down on the boat. I think that would work better. Okay, so what I got done here, so I fused this piece. This is the cliff. There's one of the sailboat bodies. And then I just fused that one right there as well. Okay. So I'm going to get those three pieces fused down. And then we'll do some more fusing. Janet, I'm using a 90 top stitch needle and sulky 12 weight. It's working well on this. If I was doing this on denim or something, or some quilt, something that was even thicker than this here, for instance, if I was quilting on top of a heavy fabric such as denim or canvas, I'd use a size 100 needle with that. But for this project, this seems to really be working well, is this combination I have here. So let's get the sandy cliff first. I'm going to try to move this. If I move this camera closer, there might be a little vibration, but we're going to move it closer just because we can. There's my computer mouse. Right there. Okay. Let me think if I want to use that color. Yes, I do. I'm going to use the same color thread. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pivot it. There we go. Almost to the end of that one. And we'll tie it off and cut. Let's see how that turned out. That looks very nice. There it is. There where my thumb is at. Back that camera back a little bit. We'll come into focus. I have the autofocus turned off, everybody. So I have to have it at about the right distance for it to come into clear focus. But isn't that lovely? Love that. Okay. So next are my two little bitty sailboats. This will be fun. This will be a challenge. And, excuse me, I'm probably going to turn my stitch width. I'm going to lower my stitch width down to 2.5 millimeters. Those are tiny little pieces. So we're going to try on this first one anyway and see where that gets us. those little pieces. Just, if you're going to do one like this, just take your time. It's not a race. Enjoy the process. It's looking very nice. 2.5 millimeters worked out really well for this tiny little thing. I left my length at 4 millimeters because I feel that's plenty. Plenty of room. And it's not like this is going to be a bed quilt where you get a lot of wear and tear. This is going to be hanging on a wall. It could also make a nice big long pillow, I think, if a person wanted something like that. But I'm going to make this into a wall hanging, I think. I haven't actually decided yet, to be perfectly honest. Almost there, back to the beginning. Alrighty, there's one of them down. That looks very nice. Yes, yes, yes. Yay. Let me trim my excess thread here. Okay. There it is, right there. It's the sailboat. The cabin of the sailboat. Let's do the other one. Okay. There's that one. Now it's time to do some more fusing. There's the other one though. Aren't those pretty? Look at that. See, this right here is the horizon line. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back over to the ironing board and fuse down the cells and then the flag. Okay, be right back. Okay. Oh, that looks so very, very nice. Okay. I'm over here peeling paper, everybody, on these tiny little pieces. Alrighty. It is starting to look like an actual scene, everybody. It is, I'm so excited. This is so cool. Okay. Check it out. There. I'll move my camera back so you can see that. There, those are fused down. Large cell, oops. Small cell, and the red flag. Aren't those cute? Love this. And you know, Londa, I don't know if I'm going to do a bench pillow or frame it. I just haven't decided yet. I want to be able to take it with me to travel for a show and tell sample also. So not 100% sure, Londa, which way I'm going to do this. Okay. I might just make a wall hanging out of it where it could be put up on a wall on a French rod instead of putting an actual frame around it. It would travel better that way. Okay, so here is where I'm going to use 2 different colors thread. For my little red flags, my sailboat flags, this is a variegated, and this is also a 12 weight sulky. And it's sulky blendables is what it is. This really makes a wonderful applique thread, in my humble opinion. And then, let's see here. I'm going for the cells. Thinking about using this ivory. Yes, I'm going to use that ivory thread for the cells. Now I'm going to stitch down that little, I'm going to stitch down the cells and then the flag is the order I'm going to do it. So let me take my current thread out. There's the one that I am going to use next, right there, around all those cells. Okay. Where are you? There you are, right there. And also going to do this. Hold on just a second, everybody. I'm going to get me some of my coffee. Okay. Okay, I need to quit dropping sewing machine pieces down on the floor. Okay. There we go. Threading that machine back up. This particular thread is also good in a serger looper. I really like it in serger loopers as well. Or through the serger needle if you're going to do a flat lock. Okay, I've got to find the part that I dropped. There it is. And that dropped on the floor. Okay. Now then. Okay. I think that'll look okay on that. It's going to blend. It won't look as white as what it looks like right here on my hand, but once it's stitched down around this, it's going to blend in with it, I'm pretty sure. So let's do this. We are going to, I think I want my start and stop to be down here at the widest part. So I just think it'll work out better in the long run. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to leave it at that 2.5. I'm going to leave the same settings on this as I did on the sailboat itself, because these pieces are really pretty small. Now then, I'm going to get my thread out from underneath there. My thread tail, I should say. Just don't want to stitch over it. There we go. Okay. Yes, that looks very nice. Let's see here. That is such a tiny little point. I'm going to really manipulate where my needle drop goes. There we go. Okay. Let's trim this before we get up to it. Oh, that looks very nice. Yes, yes, yes. Very happy with that thread choice. Okay. And you can see that there. Right here. There we go. That looks very, very nice. We're going to do the other one. Okay. Just trying to get the camera glare out. I mean the light. Let's see here. Sometimes, everyone, there's just no way to get that light out of there. There we go. That's as good as it's going to get for this one. Now, those of you that are in Florida, is anybody going to the AQS Quilt Show in Daytona Beach? I will be there. The third week of February, the week of February the 20th, I will be at the AQS show in Daytona Beach, Florida for Miss D's Quilt Shop in Palatka, Florida. If you're in the area, stop in at that booth and say howdy. Would love to see you and meet you. Then the following week, I will actually be in Palatka, Florida at Misty's Quilt Shop doing an IQ embroidery class. Okay, so I have those two cells applique down. There we go. Both of these are applique down. I'm going to save this. I'm going to change to a red thread. I'm going to go do the other two cells on the other end of the quilt. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. How have you been doing? Donna Smith and I, we're practically neighbors. She just lives about 4 hours from my house, my shop. Just like to trim my thread tails before I get back to the starting point. It makes it easier. Let me back this up a little bit more. If I go this way, I'm just trying to get rid of some camera glare, everybody. Not camera really, it's just the light. There's a bright light right here where my finger's at. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. Let's try it right there. Okay. And we'll go up this side. Let's see here. I love doing applique this way. You know, it's fun to do it in the hoop, everyone. But I have to say, I love doing it this way as well because, you know, you get to have your hands on it and all that fun stuff. And I just feel you have so much more control over what's happening under your needle if you applique like this as opposed to in the hoop. It really depends what kind of a project you're doing, I guess. Love it both ways as far as that goes. Okay, woohoo. So there's that. Next, I gotta go around these little bitty flags. Look how tiny those are. Those are about maybe a 1/4 inch this way and about 3/8 of an inch this way. They're tiny little pieces, fused down, of course. And this is once again that sulky 12-weight blendable thread. That's what I'm going to change it to. Change my thread color. Raise that presser foot up. Okay. Thread this machine, get it rethreaded, I should say. It wouldn't be this far along if it had never been threaded, right? Okay, let me move my camera up here a little bit. There we go. Okay, it's really pretty. It's really easy to thread as far as that goes. Super easy to thread. I remember my very first, I had, those of you that know Berninas, the first Bernina I owned was the Aurora 440 Quilters Edition that had the stitch regulator BSR foot on it. And boy, howdy, I love sewing on that machine. I wore that machine out. Literally, I wore that machine out. It lasted many years, but I literally wore that machine out. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stop talking while I do these tiny little pieces. Otherwise, I just need to concentrate. In other words, I'm gonna get this down low so you can get some type of a view of what I'm doing here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's try it like this, maybe. There we go. Now I'm going to use my little pointed scissors. There's a little bit of piece right there. There's just a little sliver of that wool pressing out from underneath that presser foot. So I'm going to hold on to that thread end. Okay, now I'm going to clip most of it off. Just knotted it. And I'm going to go slow. I'm going to turn this has a slider that'll make the machine run really slow. And that's what I just did. I turned it down as low as it'll go because I want to take my time around this little piece. Okay, woohoo, very nice. Oh, that looks really good. So let's get that out. Maybe you can see that on camera, but there's that little bitty, there's my finger. Right there. Okay, Coralie, I'll see you tomorrow night. Listen, I got one more piece I'm going to sew down and then I'm going to call it. And tomorrow night we are going to I am going to muggle through and do my best to get all of our pieces traced and cut and starting the stitching, because we could finish this in 2 more episodes, I think. Now I'm going to move this up again. It's just, there we go. Okay. But yay. Hey everybody, this machine is my travel machine. When I travel to Florida, I'll be gone down there for 3 weeks. I'm taking my machine with me, so I have something to do in the hotel rooms at night. At least that's what I'm thinking of at this point. We'll see. We'll see. Does not take long to stitch those little pieces down. It looks very nice. Oh, I'm very happy and pleased with how that turned out. Let's take a look at it. There we go. There's a sailboat. Isn't it cute? Just love this. Oh my goodness. Wowzers. Woohoo. So the next thing, oh, wonderful, Donna. I used to have that machine as well. That was a great machine. I love that machine. So what I'm going to do off camera, remember that I put these basting stitches in to use as a placement. It's a gray thread. It's really hard to see on camera, but I'm going to take those out because I do not need that any longer. I will do that off camera. And then tomorrow night, we are going to hit it and hit it hard, everybody. But there we go. I'm going to back this up so you can get more of a fuller look at where we're at with this. Check it out. Okay. Now remember, this piece will be covered up with a big pine tree it'll come up about like that. It's about, well, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches tall. Then there will be a lighthouse and a church, and then on this side over here there'll be the lighthouse keeper's cottage. So it should turn out, this is really going to be pretty. Woohoo, I'm so excited. Okay, let me move let me swap to another camera. Yeah, my computer mouse right there. Okay, let's go to this other camera. Okay, everybody, there we are. Oh, I hear you, Janelle. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, so that's where we're at. We have let's check something out here real quick. Okay, once the next 2 things we're going to stitch down are the 2 pine trees and the 3 dolphins. Once that is done, step 3 would be complete. And it will look like this picture right here. Okay. After that, we'll have the large sailboat to go on it, and the rowboat on the beach, and the sandy path, and then it would look like this. This picture right there at the end of my finger. That's all the other pieces that I've traced out for tonight. Okay. Then the next step after that will be the church. Right there. And that will actually be, there's a lot of pieces to that. All those windows are cut separately and everything, but that'll look very nice. Anyway, that's where we're at. We're going to do it again tomorrow night. I'm going to Joann's tomorrow. They're having a pattern sale on Vogue's Simplicity and Vouderic patterns. Oh, thank you, Christina. Thank you, everybody. So listen, I'm gonna get off of here, and like I said, in the morning, I'm gonna get up and drive down to Peoria. It's about 35 miles. And I'm gonna go buy some awesome patterns. Oh, Londa. Londa, I got these tables. These are origami they fold up actually, but they're extremely sturdy. I got that off of Home Shopping Network. They came from Home Shopping Network, and I have matching origami bookcases for them as well. Of course I do. I need to clear those off and bring them down here into the studio because they look really nice here. But yes, I got them off of Home Shopping Network, and they're called origami, just like the folded Japanese paper craft. And I already had the table before I got this machine. This is one of my all-time favorite colors. Is this turquoise color right here. I just love it. So yeah, the machine matches the table perfectly. I believe the color is aqua, I think. So everybody, have a wonderful evening, rest of your evening. I will see you all tomorrow night. And thank you so much for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. Coralie, if you're still on here, thoughts and prayers to you during this time of grief for you. Okay, my heart's out there with you. Good night, everybody.